Hi everybody. In this lecture you will learn about implementing integrated processes. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to understand the advantages of using the integrated mode, understand the options to implement an integrated extract, create an integrated extract and replicate, switch a Golden Gate process from classic mode to integrated mode. And finally, you will learn how to monitor an integrated extract or replicate. The way we have configured the extract process in Oracle Golden Gate so far in this course is called operating in classic mode. As we learned in the course, in this mode, the extract process is reading from the database transaction log file to capture the operations. There is another mode that could be configured with only Oracle databases. It is called integrated mode. As its name implies, with this mode, the extract process is more integrated with the database engine. Instead of reading from the online or archived Redo log files, the extract process interacts directly with an internal component in Oracle database called Database Log Mining Server. This tight integration provides some advantages that I'm going to discuss soon. At this time of this speech, the integrated extract can be configured with Oracle database versions 12.2, 0.3 or higher. When the extract process is running in integrated mode, its structure is a little bit different from it when it is running in the classic mode. In the integrated mode, the database log mining will save the Redo data in a memory area called Logical Change Records, or LCR. The extract process will read the Redo data from this component instead of reading them from the Redo log files. The rest of the architecture is as same as the classic mode. You may have the extract trail and the extract data pump process configured, or the extract process can communicate directly with a remote database. What are the advantages and drawbacks of configuring the integrated capture? In the positive side, integrated mode is considered to be more efficient than the classic mode. The processing to read the Redo data from the LCR is less than the processing required to process the Redo data read from the Redo log files. When operating in the integrated mode, the extract process supports more data type than it does when it works in the classic mode. For example, XML type table is supported in the integrated mode, but it is not supported in the classic mode. To obtain a list of the supported data types, please refer to a table titled Supported Data Types per Capture Mode in the documentation Installing and Configuring Oracle Golden Gate for Oracle Database. Another major advantage of using integrated capture is that it supports multi-tenant container databases. If you have an Oracle 12c CDB with multiple pluggable databases, you must use the integrated capture. Having the extract to operate with such a database in classic mode is not possible. Also, there is no need to make any major configuration changes on the extract to operate with an Oracle RAC, ASM, or TDE. On the negative side, the integrated capture is supported only in Oracle databases. Another drawback, integrated mode requires more resources from the host machine to operate. This includes the CPU processing and the memory consumed from the machine. Moreover, from my personal experience, The integrated mode is sometimes less stable than the classic mode. In more than one occasion, an Oracle Golden Gate process that was working in integrated mode failed by itself, and I had to apply a patch to fix it. When you want to deploy the integrated capture, you have two options. Either you deploy it locally in the same source database machine, or you can install it in a separate database, and this is called downstream deployment. With the local deployment, the source database and the mining database are the same. This deployment is easier to set up, but the integrated capture will consume from the source database resources. With the downstream deployment, the source and the mining databases are separate databases, and usually they are running in different machines. This is needed if you want to offload the capture overhead from the production server. But obviously the setup is a little bit more complicated. Which one to use depends on the workload and your hardware capabilities. Not only the extract process can be configured to operate in the integrated mode, the replicate process can operate in the integrated mode as well. When the replicate is configured to run in classic mode, the documentation refers to this state as non-integrated mode. Non-integrated mode is equivalent to the classic mode. When the replicate runs in the integrated mode, it saves the redo data in a LCR memory area. The LCR queue is then read by an internal Oracle component called Database Inbound Server. The inbound server in return will create internal processes to apply the redo on the target database. Those processes are called apply servers, and they run in parallel to apply the redo. This mechanism proves to provide higher throughput than the non-integrated mode. And as is the case with the integrated capture, the integrated apply supports the Oracle multi-tenant environment. This figure is a summary of the integrated apply architecture in Oracle Golden Gate. As you see, the replicate writes the data into LCR queue. The database inbound server reads from this queue and creates apply processes. Those processes run in parallel and apply the operations on the target database. Please observe here that we have a single replicate process, but we have multiple internal Oracle apply processes. Creating an extract process that runs in the integrated mode is quite simple. When you create the process, you use the option integrated tran log with the add extract command. On the parameter side, you have to add the parameters log all subcols, update record format compact, and tran log options and integrated params. If you are using an Oracle CDB database, use the parameter source catalog followed by the pluggable database name. Following are the parameters that you use when you want to configure the local integrated extract. You already know about the log all subcols parameter, and just as a reminder, this parameter instructs the extract to write the supplementally logged columns specified with the add tran data or add schema tran data commands to the trail. The second parameter in the list, which is update record format compact, instructs the extract to generate the before and after images in one trail record. As you know, those parameters are the default behavior in Oracle Golden Gate 12.2. Max SGA size is an option in the parameter tran log options, integrated params. This option specifies the amount of memory to be used by the database log mining server. By default, it will consume 1 GB if the stream's pool size is 1 GB or more. If the stream's pool size is less than 1 GB, it will consume 70% of the stream's pool size. Parallelism option is used to specify the number of the processes supporting the database log mining server. Its default value is 2. To create an integrated capture in a downstream database, the only difference in the extract parameter file is to add the mining user alias option. You use that option to specify the alias used to connect to the downstream mining database. But most of the setup time will actually be spent on preparing the stream's database itself. Creating an integrated apply is as easy as creating the integrated capture. Just use the integrated option in the add replicate command. And you use the integrated params option in the db options parameter to set the parallelism. This option allows you to specify the number of the internal server processes created by the inbound server. In the extract parameter file, you should configure the parameters log all subcalls and update record format compact, even if it was running in the classic mode. By the way, if you have the integrated apply process running in the integrated mode, it is not mandatory to have the extract process running in the integrated mode as well. It can run in either modes, integrated or classic mode. If you have your extract process running in a classic mode, you have the option to switch it to the integrated mode without having to create one from scratch. To do that, you perform the following procedure. First, you stop the extract, then you register it in the database using the command register extract, as shown in the slide. Then you issue the command info followed by the extract group name and the option upgrade. If the extract is ready for the upgrade, the output of the info command will show this to you. If the info command returns error to you, you need to fix that error before you proceed. After that, you upgrade the extract using the command alter extract with the upgrade integrated option. Finally, you start the upgraded extract process. You will implement this procedure in the next practice lecture. To switch a replicate from the non-integrated mode to the integrated mode, you first stop the extract and the replicate. After that, you alter the replicate to the integrated mode. Finally, you just start the extract, then the replicate. When the extract and the replicate are running in the integrated mode, you can use the database to monitor their operations. The table in the slide is showing you a list of the views you can use to monitor the integrated capture from the source database. In the next practice, you will execute some queries against those views. The table in the slide is showing you a list of the views you can use to monitor the integrated replicate from the target database. That's all about configuring Oracle Golden Gate integrated processes. In this lecture, you learned the following: understand the advantages of using the integrated mode, understand the options to implement an integrated extract, create an integrated extract and replicate, switch a Golden Gate process from classic mode to integrated mode. And finally, you learned how to monitor an integrated extract or replicate. In the next practice lecture, you will convert the classic Golden Gate processes to the integrated mode. Till seeing you over there, thank you very much.